You will have several objectives as an Azure architect. One of the objectives is to determine workload requirements and then gather information based on the workload. This could be identifying compliance requirements, identifying accessibility, availability requirements, recommending different changes during a project, or evaluating different projects and services to align with the solution. You may also be creating different test scenarios. At times, you have to identify the security requirements and identify sizing requirements. This is one of the tougher exam objectives to study before because there's nothing technical or anything you can go and do specifically in the Azure portal. The best recommendation here is to go through the Architecture Center that's available on the Azure website. So this is the Azure Architecture Center, and this is where you can find different architect styles, design principles, best practices, and reference architectures. These pointers will be really helpful to deploy and design a solution in Azure. Let's look at some of the reference architectures. So the Architecture Center has several architectures for plenty of different services and deployment types within Azure. For example, if you want to look at the serverless computing, we can click on this and go down to the serverless web app, or processing different events using Azure Functions, for example. Let's look at this one. So here's the reference architecture for serverless event processing, and it gives you different considerations around scalability, resiliency, disaster recovery, and then certain steps to deploy as well. So when you are thinking about information gathering, if you look at existing reference architecture or an existing recommendation or the best practice, you can find the steps that you need to identify before you go and deploy a solution.